Let's get to know the anatomy of this record player. There are two built-in speakers on this player, one on the left and one on the right. If we open up the case, you'll see two dials on the bottom right-hand side of the player. The first dial is the on-off volume knob for powering the player on and off and raising and lowering the loudness of the player. Just turn it clockwise to turn the player on and keep turning it to raise the volume. Turn it in the opposite direction to lower the volume. Turn it all the way counterclockwise and you will turn the player off. Below the on-off volume knob is a headphone jack that you can plug headphones into for private listening. Above the on-off volume knob is the pitch control knob. It simply increases the turntable's speed by 10% to make the pitch higher by turning it clockwise or lower by turning it counterclockwise. I leave this in the middle at the 0 setting so that I can hear my records play back at the proper pitch. Next, we have the function switch. To play back records and hear the sound going through the player's built-in speakers, leave this switch set to phono. Next, we have the tone arm. It's an arm that can be moved left, right, and up and down. The tone arm sits on a tone arm rest. There's a tone arm hold down clip that you can unlock when you're ready to listen to a record and move the tone arm. Leave it locked when you are transporting the turntable to prevent damage. At the end of the tone arm is a cartridge that contains a stylus or needle. The needle is what reads the grooves in the record as it spins. Below the tone arm are two switches. The lower one is the speed switch. You can choose from 3 different speeds. The first speed is 33, which is generally for large 12-inch vinyl records that play at 33 1/3 RPM or revolutions per minute. These 12-inch records have 2 sides and usually contain an album full of songs. Smaller 7-inch vinyl records with large holes in them usually only contain 1 song per side and play at the 45 RPM setting. Older 10-inch records made out of fragile shellac generally play at the 78 RPM setting. If you don't know what speed to play a record at, try the different settings until the song sounds like it's playing at normal speed. If the record sounds too low or like Alvin and the Chipmunks, you'll need to adjust the speed setting. Above the speed switch is the auto stop switch. I like to keep this on. It just means that when your record finishes playing a side and it gets to the final groove, it will spin a few times and then stop. If you turn it off, your turntable will keep spinning when it reaches the end of a record, and it will wear out your needle faster. Next, you'll notice the large circular part that rotates called the platter. Records are placed on the platter. In the middle of the platter, we have the spindle. This metal post fills the hole in the center of a record. You'll also notice a 45 RPM adapter. You can lift the adapter out of its storage hole and place it on the spindle. It's made to be used with 7-inch records that have a big center hole in them. If you're playing bigger records with small holes in them, you won't need to use this 45mm adapter. Operation. Now let's play a record. These are typical 12-inch vinyl records. I'll place Abbey Road on the platter. The playback speed is set to 33. The function switch is set to phono. I'll turn the on-off volume knob clockwise to turn on the record player and set the volume. I'll unlock the tone arm and move it above the record and gently place the stylus down on the record. The sweet sound of vinyl. If you're interested in a player similar to this one, I'll leave links in the description below this video. Well, I hope that you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.